Welcome to the Nexus of Adventure, where stories transcend the page, a place where heroes and villains clash. This is Break, Battle, and Roll. It's once again time to break, battle, and roll. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Aaron Rollins. I am your game master, and I am here with my three friends, starting with the voice of the Rabbit Rogue Padawan, Chad Stafford.
Yes. Oh, speaking of that, met an old man zombie and saved a roguish bunny. Now we're heading towards a dark tree and running from an insect army, 'cause we are born to be Feywild.
Yeah.
Timothy Biscuit, y'all.
He just disappears.
Crowd surfs. Jumps off the cliff. Just jumps off the cliff.
All the old people are holding him up. Nathaniel and Flowerkraut is like,
Keep
Brandy.
the bird from falling down.
Thrig's axe is somehow an awesome fucking guitar at this point.
Yeah, just shredding it. Oh my gosh. How about the voice of the paralyzed princess, Janelle Wilke?
Hi, oh God, thanks a lot, yeah. Hi, this is Flowerkraut. Yeah, just living my best life, getting paralyzed left and right and being saved by a zombie. No big. I made some sexy, juicy flies last time. Let's see what else is going on here.
And returning as the voice of the ideas guy, Ben Holland.
Spank it till it's dead. Hi, everybody.
How many ideas did Thrig have that just got shot down?
That we shut down?
Thrig's never had an idea. Probably. Did I really have that many ideas set down last episode?
There was a theme of the episode of you being like, I'm going to do this. And we're like, no.
Yeah.
Aw.
Or we're like, what about this?
I think finally they're like, okay, Thrig, go ahead.
We got throw Thrig a bone.
Hulk smash.
Listen, Thrig's smart. Thrig happy. Thrig smash.
Philosophy. And now another episode of Philosophing with Thrig.
Where he goes deep.
Sharp thoughts with Thrig.
Sharp thoughts. He's just rubbing his axe. Like, no.
Some deep thinks with Thrig.
God.
Oh, that made a vein pop out of my head. Holy shit. I laughed hard.
Oh, God.
Sharp thoughts. Freak A, that's funny.
I'm reserving this moment for an edit later to come up with a Jack Handy joke. Like,
yeah, right.
That's
Exactly.
right here, right now. Yeah, I will find one that you, Chad, that you can insert into this moment.
Well, if you just like reverse what I said with what you said, it'd be like, sharp thoughts with Thrig, and then he just Thrig smart, Thrig
Thrig smart.
Thrig smash. All right, guys, let's get into our recap from the last episode. On our last break, battle, and roll, having just rescued their new Haragon friend, Timothy, Flowerkraut, and Thrig started looking for an exit to the floating island housing Astrazalian. With Nathaniel slowly trailing behind, the group discussed whether or not to fight the Ettercaps stalking them, eventually agreeing to find a better suited area for a skirmish. As they arrived on the outer edge of the city near the island's perimeter, two bulbous centipedes bursted from the ground and cut them off. Thrig took them on face to face, while Timothy and the Haragon raced up the side of a ruined building and shot at the approaching Ettercaps. Flowerkraut suffered a series of paralyzing shots from tentacles, and then was wrapped up in an Ettercap web and fated to be dragged off for dinner, but fortunate for her, Nathaniel arrived right in time to grab hold of her feet and keep Flowerkraut from being hauled away. After a series of arrows, daggers, axes, and neuron nips making contact with their targets, the party was free of danger and could be on their way to then learn the name of their new pal, Remington Cole. Taking their time, Remington led everyone down a path of foliage and vines until they reached the ground level of the Feywild. After another short hike through the woods, Cole moved aside a branch revealing the veiled Cavalcade, a traveling caravan of Feyfolk, all wearing different animal masks. And that is where we left off. So you guys are walking into this break in the woods as there's just a bunch of Fey folk sitting around. Some of them are cooking food. Some of them are going through their things. They all turn and see you, and a couple of them, jump up and they're like, Remington, he's back. And you feel like this is just a normal community. These people are unlike anything you've ever seen before, but everyone seems so close-knit. You see another Herringun jump up from a cooking pot, and she runs over and she gives Remington a huge hug. You see off in the distance 2 dryads. They're both completely encapsulated in leaves. They look almost, if they weren't moving around, you would have mistaken them for maybe small trees or bushes. You see a family of pixies flittering around the camp. You even see a satyr walking around his cart. He has a small wagon, and hitched to the front of the wagon is a unicorn. And everyone kind of stops and looks over at 4 of you, because Nathaniel is standing there as well.
Hi.
Hello there.
Nathaniel says, raise your hand and wave. Remington then turns to everyone and says, and then you notice he switches to Sylvan. These folks saved my life, just so you know. Old Remington Cole here, I don't think would have been coming back with this fine bottle of elven wine had these fine folks showed up. So we should be grateful for that.
Remington Cole, did you get yourself in trouble again?
Oh, Maribel, don't worry so much, all right? Remington Cole, he would have found his way out, you know he would have been just fine. But, you think there's enough stew in that pot for maybe our new guests? Because I sure would like to return the kindness.
I suppose I could get a couple more mushrooms. Maybe if Alder and Willow go pick a couple more for me.
Flowerkraut interjects, speaking in Sylvan, and she says, Remington actually more than repaid the favor by helping us out of quite a bind up there. He was incredible.
You aren't gonna go complimenting my husband now, are you? I'm just kidding. Hello, dear. My name's Maribel, and you are...
I'm Flowerkraut.
She hops over to you and takes your hands and...
Yeah, sticks out the hand. Cracks in her hold.
You're so frail.
Sorry. I got a little beat up there. The bones, they don't like what's happening.
I'm sure he's just as capable as anyone else, but I do thank you for assisting him and bringing him home safe.
You notice that everyone here is wearing a mask. You still have never seen Remington's face. Maribel's wearing a koala mask. You see even the dryads that are standing back towards the trees, they're wearing a woodpecker and a squirrel mask. You've yet to see anyone's face here, and they can see you guys. They don't seem like the masks, almost as if they're talking to you as if they're not even wearing masks. You see that the 2 dryads, they wander off and they reach down and it looks like they're picking mushrooms. Remington kind of comes over and, well, now, no point in just standing around. Well, come on and sit down. Warm yourself by the fire over here.
Thank you. And Flowerkraut just kind of slumps down oh.
Thank you so much for your hospitality, Remington. We don't want to intrude, especially if it's an inconvenience, but we do greatly appreciate you willing to bring us here.
Oh, well, it's all right. I mean, I take it you aren't from around these parts. You sure don't seem dressed like Fey folk, and except for him over there. But I think your friend is it Nathaniel? I think he's got more problems than just not being from around here. Oh yes, walk forward and sit next to the fire. Nathaniel takes a seat. So, where exactly y'all from?
I guess we would call it Flowerkraut. Would you... The material plane? Is that what we would refer to it as? Of Archipeldia?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Archipeldia?
Oh, yeah. We've met some folks from Archipeldia. Some of us may have even been to Archipeldia before. Is anywhere in specific you're from?
There are many islands. I used to have one, Adristia, until it blew up. So now it's just kind of wandering around a lot of islands.
Oh.
I've been wandering since I was a hatchling. I really haven't had any place to necessarily call a home.
Remington goes over to where his belongings are, and it looks to you that these folks don't have much to their names. And he picks up a straw hat, puts it on, his ears pop up through the top. He grabs a pipe, lights it, comes back and sits down.
Flowerkraut's kind of looking at Thrig to see what he'll say and where he's from, because she's kind of curious too.
Thrig from Mountain.
Thrig from Mountain.
Thrig just kind of points around. Mountain.
Yeah, not a whole lot of them around here, but I think I know what you're talking about. And you know what? Y'all wanderers. That's my kind of people. See, that's what we are. We just wandering around. We call ourselves the Veiled Cavalcade. We're always on the move. Well, I mean, these days we're always on the move. Kind of have to be.
Thrig moves out his leg and pushes Nathaniel's leg from getting in the fire.
Oh, I can't feel how hot it is. Thank you, Thrig.
Remington, is having to move from place to place with the Cavalcade, is that a recent situation?
Yeah, recent enough, I suppose. Listen, we can go into detail later. Right now is time for resting and celebration and getting a little betwixt. And he stands up, pops takes the cork back out of the bottle that he took out of Astrazalian, and you see him walking around to the rest of the cavalcade, and he's pouring everyone just a little bit of drink.
When they're drinking and when he's using the pipe, is there I'm assuming a gap in the mask that they're just fitting things through? Or are they moving their mask just enough to where they could, consume a beverage or use a pipe?
Think of their masks as covering their nose and eyes only.
Oh, so ballroom masks.
Yeah. The top part of their face.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they're bigger, they don't just cover the eyes like a superhero's mask would. But yeah, you're right, ballroom where they're more elaborate, but when they talk to you, you can see their mouth moving.
If they bring the drink over to Thrig retwixt without trying. Thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, hey, suit yourself.
Pushes the drink away.
Well, Remington's right. We just make do with what we have, and wouldn't mind having a couple more around. Could use some helping hands,
Maribel says to you.
Oh, really? What's needing some help around here?
Well, we gotta find food and gotta find safe places, and if any danger ever crosses our path, we could use, that right there. And she points at Thrig.
Meet Thrig. Thrig help. Thrig help.
Thrig, you look like you're a very capable young man.
Oh, he is. He definitely is.
Most assuredly, he is quite sufficient in combat.
Thrig don't know what capable mean, but I might be that.
I will guarantee that's exactly what you are, Thrig, and thank you again for helping out my husband. And here, I'll get you a bowl of this mushroom stew.
And she places a bowl in front of you.
I will eat that.
Newcomers! Hey!
Thader comes walking over.
Hello.
I couldn't help but, over here, you're from, Archipeldia. Is that where you're from?
True. Timothy Biscuit. Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name Flowerkraut, Timothy.
Me, Thrig.
Thrig. And
That's Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Yeah, okay. Well, my name's Tuffet. I run a little shop around here, and been traveling around with the Cavalcade, and I assume they got real nice things in Archipelago. I wouldn't mind. When you got some time, come over. Maybe we'll check out what you got, what I got.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds great. We'll come visit.
Sounds great. I'm not gonna interrupt your dinner. You guys enjoyed that stew. We'll talk a little bit later. And
he goes over and he actually gets a bowl himself and walks back over to his cart.
I squinty eyes as I say insight.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Flowerkraut and Timothy are both giving squinty, or all three of us giving squinty eyes.
Thrig no trust goat man.
Hold on, I'm trying out some new dice tonight. We'll see how they treat me. 13 plus 3, so 16.
Tuffet seems like a little shady. Maybe, he seems nice, but you can definitely feel that he's a businessman.
Yeah, ulterior motives.
He's a sleazy businessman. He's got a little sleaze.
Yeah, not necessarily nefarious, just enough to know that there's going to be some haggling involved.
It also didn't help that he was wearing a pig mask, so there's that.
So during all this, because everyone's sitting down to dinner and being calm, and they complimented Thrig on looking like a nice guy, I would like to look around at their little defenses in this grove and see if there's anything I can do to make it a little bit better.
Sure, give me a actually, what would you like to roll for that?
That's a fair question.
Survival kind of seems like a good one.
Yeah, survival would be a good one.
Hey! Don't put words in Thrig's mouth because he's not maybe good at that. Survival I could do at a +4.
Hey.
It was on an 18 and it went to the 6. So it went to a 4. So a 6 for survival.
Okay, so you take a look around and your first thought is what defenses? If something was hiding in the bushes and just jumped out at them right now, they wouldn't be ready for it. The only people that seem capable in defending these folks is, Remington for one. He's capable. You don't know anything about dryads. You don't really know a whole lot about Tuffet. He's got stuff in his cart that would help, but there's not a whole lot of readiness. It seems to you that they're very not prepared for this, and that, but you can't think of anything that would make it better. There's no time to really make the situation more defensible than it already is.
So can I do probably what is the most natural instinct thing for Thrig, which is to swallow my mushroom soup, I don't care how hot it is, and stand up and just go walk to the place that I feel is most vulnerable and stand guard?
Yeah, absolutely. I should address the part that when Maribel was talking to you, she was talking to you in Sylvan. So you did hear some words that, there wasn't much other than she was complimenting you and Flowerkraut was kind of backing up the whole thing. But that seems to be the language that everyone here is speaking. But Remington seems to know Common very well, very fluently. And that's the same language that Tuffet was speaking when he came and introduced himself.
Sylvan is an elven language, right?
Sylvan is cursive elven. It's taking elven another step up. So because you know elven, you can catch some words here or there. So that's probably why you were able to kind of respond in kind. You get up, you start walking around. You start kind of becoming the defense yourself.
Yeah. Thrig doesn't feel like this is, he's fed, he's happy, but he doesn't feel like this is the best spot for no one to be paying attention and to be drinking alcohol. So he definitely is keeping an eye open.
I think while Thrig's doing that, kind of an idea washes over Timothy, and he's not necessarily going to make a huge deal about it because he assumes, obviously, from what he's seen, the Feywild is just as big of a world as Archipelago is. But he's looking around, realizing everyone's wearing a mask, and he's looking for anything that would even come close to dwarvish. Not necessarily like people, but maybe like clothing or materials.
Dwarvish. Roll perception.
15 becomes an 18 for perception.
You don't see anything dwarvish about anyone's attire or their belongings, and there's no one here that fits like a more dwarven stature. Very devoid of dwarf.
He just thinks about Tierman because he knows this is the closest that he's gotten to where he knows, or at least believes, Tierman was last, according to what he's been told.
Right.
I think that was via the enemy, so he doesn't know how much of that he truly believes, but he's still keeping that in the back of his thoughts.
Thrig found like a really small bunny mask and has somehow like put it over just his eyes, and he's walking around with just the tiniest bunny mask over his face.
Maribel is the name of Remington's partner?
Yes.
So Flowerkraut's eating some of the mushroom soup. She's like, Maribel, if you don't mind my asking,
Yeah.
are the masks like a distinguishing feature of the Veiled Cavalcade? Like, what's their story?
She kind of stares off in the distance for a little bit, and then the dryads come walking up to her, and they are handing her more mushrooms. She goes,
Oh, yeah, thank you, darling. Thank you so much.
she starts taking them, and these mushrooms are like the size of like pumpkins. Like they're these huge mushrooms.
Wow.
And so she starts slicing, like cutting them up and dropping them into their big pot. Doesn't seem to go back to answer any of your questions about it.
Oh. Flowerkraut is nothing if not socially conscious. So she knows she's being brushed off. She takes out whale thorn, which she had used to slice her hand a little while ago, and takes out her water skin, like rinses it off, and she's like, need a hand with those mushrooms?
Oh, I sure would. Here you go. And
She drops the big mushroom in your lap.
just try to get pieces about this big.
Since she's wearing a mask, I can't see her facial expression, but I'm wondering if I could do some sort of insight check to see if she seems kind of like despondent. Like,
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, how it's touching a nerve to ask about the masks.
Sure, give me an insight check. You're definitely like reading her body language rather than her face.
Okay, I rolled a 15 and my insight is +5, so a dirty 20.
It doesn't seem like she was affected in the way that she's handing you the mushroom and the instructions she's giving you. You start to wonder if she didn't hear you.
Huh.
That was strange, don't you think, Flowerkraut? She didn't say anything about the masks.
Flowerkraut kind of slowly turns at Nathaniel. It's just like...
Over the shoulder, staring at him.
It's like, wow. Like, she's just thinking to herself, like, that tact, though. Wow. Jeez.
Maybe it's a religious thing, though I won't press the issue.
No, you sure won't, Nathaniel. Starts tuning his lute and just be like, maybe I should play something to drown out the questioning.
The awkwardness.
Nathaniel, would you like a bowl of our mushroom stew?
Oh, thank you. It does not seem appetizing for some reason, though I feel like I would have liked it in a different life.
I think Nathaniel and Brandy both had a pretty good, like, brain snack recently, right?
They did. I think there was the centipedes.
So they're good. They like brains. It's fine. It's great.
You see that the cavalcade's kind of winding down. I mean, they're having supper and they're resting. It looks like this is like they've been here for maybe a day or so. You're not really sure. Remington hasn't said. But in the act of winding down, you look up in the sky. You guys are really unfamiliar with being in the Feywild for any long period of time, and the sun is just up in the sky. You swear it's been there for the last couple hours. Just hasn't moved.
Timothy just started to think that the giant that was waiting for us Could he have really been waiting that long since the hags left the Feywild? Or does time move differently here?
Thinking back, actually give me a history check.
I don't think I'm good at that. Let's see. +1. Here we go. Oh, okay. I rolled a 15, so that's a 16.
We had gone to the Feywild in our journey before.
Yeah, and when you guys returned to Wilke, they said you were gone for a couple days.
That's right. They did say that.
Yeah.
Thrig would have no concept of time, so he's just being normal, walking around.
Yeah, so you recall the people of Wilke telling you, when Amelia told you that you were gone for that long, and they were wondering where you had disappeared to, and they were under attack, and that definitely time is moving differently in the Feywild, and you're not really sure if there's a way to translate time or if it's dynamic or what.
So I kind of retell that to Flowerkraut as it's sort of washing over my bird brain.
The one thing you do notice about just being here, and it, unrelated to the way time translates to the material plane, the sun is not going anywhere. It's like you're in Alaska in summer.
I worry the longer we're here, how much time is going to be passing.
And how much damage is going to be done.
Precisely.
I understand. Yeah, I understand, Timothy. All we can do is hope that, the saffron citrine and some of the people we've met so far are at least passing along the word and people are preparing for what's to come. It's not like the two of us can really change the tide that much, so hopefully they can fare well enough without us for a time.
It does seem that there are things in the Feywild that need our attention beyond just the meeting of Baba Yaga, but and Timothy kind of gestures towards his back towards Sherman's sword. I couldn't imagine a place that would have the properties that we need in the material world. Perhaps there's an answer here.
Yeah. I wish he were here right now.
I think he would like it.
Once Flowerkraut is finished chopping up some mushrooms, she goes to her book, her tome. So she has unlimited use of sending, and she's actually going to send to Timothy so that he receives message mentally.
Okay.
So she's just going to act like she's reading her book and writing down some notes and stuff, but she's going to just note to him to keep his guard up, because after all they've seen, with the threads attaching to the people of Glavio, she's after the mask thing, she's a little bit concerned if there's something afoot, if there's a charm on the mask that keeps them from noticing that they're wearing them. So she's going to write to Timothy, masks suspicious, a la Glavio, keep your guard up.
Am I able to respond to that mentally, or is it only a one-way?
You can answer mentally right after you receive the message.
Interesting. Okay. Is that the full message, Flowerkraut?
My God, are you glad you're all not in Thrig's brain?
You might have to go get Thrig to sign your book.
I know, I need his autograph. Flowerkraut will say, keep eye out for anything suspicious.
Do you think it might be magical in origin?
Flowerkraut just kind of looks up at Timothy and makes eye contact with him and just nods once and then goes back to pretending to read and write in her book.
I think Timothy is going to, seeing that people are starting to just sort of wind down, I think he might not necessarily play distraction, but while he's performing, just kind of get a vibe check of everybody. And like I said, he did tune his lute earlier, so I think he just starts playing just a melodic, rhythmic song that just can kind of just carry on as long as it needs to.
Everyone seems to be very receptive to your music. And in fact, Remington pulls a banjo and begins to play with you. Although it takes a little bit before you guys can kind of come to a
Find our rhythm.
tune that works both of you. Yeah, because it doesn't seem like you know the same songs, but it works enough that you can play some ambience, for the cavalcade.
Okay. Do you want me to roll a performance check?
Yeah.
We'll do that. 21.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
I get a +9 to performance now, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, amazing. Flowerkraut's into it.
You draw everyone in. You've got pixies sitting down in front of you, just enthralled with your music. And Remington actually kind of like gets up and walks and sits right next to you, and you guys are playing together. And he's trying to keep up with you. He's not as good, but he just kind of sits down and strums out a couple chords to back you up. And everyone just seems to really calm down. Everyone seems like everyone's on edge a little bit, at least when you first arrived, but then it's a lot easier now.
Flowerkraut's gonna ask you to liven it up a little bit
Oh,
because she wants to dance.
okay. All right. I think I switch up and start playing a song that Tierman would play when the bar crowd was getting either too rowdy, and he would try to overplay their energy by giving them something else to be distracted by. So I think I go into a full merry tune that's just meant to be boisterous and has a lot of switch ups.
Okay, Flowerkraut is going to hold her hand out to Nathaniel because she wants to see him dance.
Oh,
She's interested to see if he'll dance.
I've only read about different dance styles. I take Flowerkraut's hand, and he reaches out to you. And as you guys are dancing, he's constantly yelling commands at himself to move his legs this and that way. And then he eventually comes to the conclusion that he can just tell himself to dance.
Hey, that's awesome.
I want Nathaniel to do a performance check.
Yes, please.
Nathaniel will roll a performance check.
I will give him Bardic Inspiration if I have to.
He rolled a 13.
He's pretty good. He's okay.
Hey, that's not bad for a dead guy.
Can I just tell you that Flowerkraut rolled a nat 20 for her performance?
Oh my gosh.
You're leading for sure. You dip him.
Yes, absolutely. You are leading, Nathaniel. This is totally calling back to the barstool slide kind of stuff going on with Flower.
I have never seen her move like that.
Thrig's patrol has gotten Thrig's basically doing the Thriller dance as he goes through his patrol. It's gotten real groovy. Yeah.
Thrig, you hear the dancing and the merriment going on as you're kind of circling around. I want you to roll perception.
I rolled a nat 1 on my perception.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Thrig is too busy dancing and just having the time of his life, and that bunny mask he put over his face it doesn't fit. So if there's a curse to it, it probably didn't take because it doesn't fit, but it's also blinding him completely.
Janelle is face palming because she's Timothy, keep your guard up. Let's dance. Woohoo!
No, well, Timothy's doing this with the idea of what better way to read emotion than by giving an emotional stimulus, right? So he's just trying to
That's a good point.
really suss out and give. It's kind of to give Flowerkraut maybe the opportunity and Thrig the opportunity. If there is something that seems a little bit weird, what better chance to check that out than when everybody is not paying attention to you?
So all of this going on, everyone's having a good time, and Timothy, you're kind of scoping out everybody, and you're seeing that everyone here is reacting on an emotional level that you would expect anyone in a tavern, in a city, in a village, on the material plane. They are having the same kind of fun that you've experienced. But on the outskirts, Thrig, you rolled a 1. There is a blade at your neck.
Oh.
And it is a very sharp blade. And you hear a very quiet voice in Sylvan say something to you, but you catch spying on And then you hear you hear the words "veiled cavalcade," which are the words that Remington Cole has used.
Can I roll any type of check? It's the first time Thrig's ever tried to concentrate to try and understand a little bit more of what was said, like an insight check or something like that.
Let's do an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, good God! All right,
Those don't get used enough, by the way.
3.
Oh no.
A 3.
Oh.
You don't get more out of what was said to you, but the blade has not cut deeper. It's almost as if he's waiting for a response from you.
So tell me, is the blade? So the blade is sharp. The blade is against my neck. Can I tell if the blade is coming from above or below me?
It is coming from behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, someone is hanging from the tree that you just walked by, and they brought the blade around to the front of your neck.
Awesome. So it's coming from below me. So can I make any type of strength type of check to grab that arm and pull it out of the tree?
This would be there would be 2 checks.
Mm-hmm.
One would be speed, second one would be strength. So you'd have to grab his arm before he can react to cut your throat. Then you would have to roll the strength check to pull him out of the tree.
Okay, so shortest podcast episode guest ever. All right, let me think.
Flowerkraut's just dancing like I feel like there was something important I was supposed to do. But zombie time.
So I'm going to ask you a question, Aaron.
Yeah.
So Sylvan is a form of Elvish, right?
Yes, it is a high form of Elven. It was basically Elven kind of descended from Sylvan.
Okay. So I understood the words spying and the name of the troop, right?
Yes.
Based on the tone, do I have any type of insight on to see if those were a question or a threat?
They seem like a question because whoever this is, they are waiting for a response from you.
Okay. So Thrig takes a deep breath and says, "Me, Thrig," and then switches into Elvish and says, "Good afternoon. My name is Thrig. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry that we had to meet this way, but I am helping these fine folks secure their camp. Is there something I can do to help you?" And he says this in perfect Elvish.
Elvish, then. Yes, we can speak in this language. It is very pleasant to meet you, Thrig. And he removes the blade from your neck and then drops down from the tree.
As he drops down from the tree, Thrig supports his fall so he does not drop to the ground unnecessarily.
Oh, thank you. A very generous kindness. You are helping the Veiled Cavalcade. I have not seen you.
Well, I just, me, Thrig, and then he says back in common, "Me, Thrig," just arrived in these lands. Don't completely understand what is happening here, but I do understand that these fine folks, and he points to Remington Cole specifically, are in danger, and him and his wife just seem to be trying to live their lives, and they don't have much help, and they seem filled with, what's the word for it? Despair? And Thrig, which is me, Thrig, doesn't understand how to help other than to use, and he puffs himself up and uses like his size, other than to use what I was blessed with by the gods to make them better. So I'm just making sure that their camp is secure.
My apologies, Thrig. You notice that you are talking to an Eladrin. Very elfy elf if you've ever seen one. But you know of them. Perhaps Thrig may or may not ever met one before.
Should I roll for that?
Sure.
History?
Yeah, sure. Roll a history check.
Cool. All my rolls have gone so well tonight. 13.
Okay, so...
He's met the dead ones in the previous episode.
That's for sure. That's for sure. You did see dead ones in Astrozalian. The Storm Giants did have a pact with the elves of Astrozalian on the material plane. So it is very possible that if you had ever visited Astrozalian before, an Eladrin may have been there. He is in full summer regalia.
Oh, cool.
And he's got a wicked blade by his, in his hand, and he has a longbow over his shoulder and a quiver. And he looks at you and goes, "I apologize, Thrig. I assumed that the cavalcade would have noticed someone of your stature walking circles around it. I just was taking a precaution. My name is Roan Ildro." He presents his hand for a dainty shake.
So Thrig pulls Sharp, his axe, off his back and buries it into the earth in one swift move, and grabs Roan just absolute clasp by the forearm.
Oh!
Says, "Thrig happy meet Roan," and just shakes this skinny little guy.
Roan is like flopping through the air because he's not very big. Yes.
Is he also wearing a mask, by the way?
He is. He is wearing an owl mask.
So as Thrig shakes like Roan up and down, his bunny mask just goes flying away into the woods. Like it's gone.
He's like, "Oh, yes, yeah."
It was not a rabbit mask, by the way. I want to say it was not a rabbit mask. It was a bunny mask.
A bunny.
Thrig wore a bunny mask.
He takes a moment to recover from the shake, and then he kind of puts a hand on you and gestures to walk into the camp, where Roan yells out through the music, "Remington! Remington!" And you see Remington's dancing. He's over there with Flowerkraut and Nathaniel and Mary Bell. They're having a good old time, and he's playing the banjo while he's doing a jig. And he turns and looks and, "Ow! Hey, Roan! Get on in here! Show us what you got, boy! Show us what you got. Come here." And Roan doesn't seem very interested in dancing. He seems a little bit upset. Had the pleasure of meeting Thrig here. Want to do some explaining?
I'd like to say that as Roan turns around and sees Thrig again, that Sharp is back in Thrig's hand in a ready position. If Remington did not know who Roan was.
Oh, got it.
Thrig did not trust it. Yep. Thrig's stupid, but he's not dumb.
For sure. They get into a little bit of an argument as Remington goes on to explain that what had happened earlier and that they were you all are his guests. Roan seems to be a little upset that he wasn't given any warning, or that the sore subject comes up that Remington never mentioned Roan was out scouting and keeping an eye on things, and so that Thrig could have very easily found him to be a enemy. Roan goes on to further compliment Thrig's size and how that could have turned out very poorly.
Oh, Thrig's gonna compliment his speed and his silence. Like Thrig impressed. Like you sneak up on Thrig hard.
Oh, thank you, Thrig. I appreciate that. Anyway, things are clear for now, and I'm going to go get some rest.
Sneak up on Thrig so easy. Oh, sorry. He's so dumb. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Aww.
Remington turns to you, Timothy, and Flowerkraut, and he goes, "Yeah, so anyway, that's Roan. Let's get back to dancing."
Oh, yeah, sure.
You guys...
Flowerkraut is remembering that her guard should be up now, so she's like, I'll watch you dance. I had quite a turn out there. Nathaniel, you were amazing.
I don't seem to have any limit on my stamina. This is wonderful.
So Flowerkraut's gonna kind of sit on the sidelines again, but because of this incident, she's gonna remember that her guard needs to be up.
All right, anything else going on?
I think at this point, Timothy might have clocked that Flowerkraut's starting to go into watchful mode. So he's going to carry it up even more. And if you'll allow me, because it's a cantrip, minor illusion allows me to create sounds. I could choose their volume. So, and it even says that like you can do drums or like accompaniment. So essentially, Timothy's creating his own backing chorus.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
He's like adding even more to the performance to keep people sort of not paying attention if anybody else is like using this opportunity to kind of just look things over.
Did you guys want to do anything while Timothy's putting on this show?
Flowerkraut goes over to Thrig and she's like, "Hey, you okay? You seemed like your hackles were up a little bit." Flowerkraut thinks of Sherman for a second because that's something that she would say about him, and like, oh.
So Thrig responds in Elvish. He's like, "Oh no, Thrig's fine. Sorry, me Thrig, me good. Good. Picks up Sharp and just continues his patrol. Like he looks a little embarrassed that he got taken by surprise, and he also looks a little bit embarrassed that you heard him speak a different language, but he seems okay.
Let's see, what does Flowerkraut want to do? She, I think, is wanting to kind of find a way to press a little bit more about the masks, just to like, because it's like, yeah, maybe it's possible that Maribel didn't like hear her or something, even though she seemed prepared to answer Flowerkraut's question until the question was actually asked. But there was an interruption. So she's gonna try and figure out a way to like tactfully ask about the masks again.
Okay.
So I think she's gonna look for Tuffet actually.
Okay. So yeah, you find Tuffet. He's not dancing. He's over by his unicorn and his cart. He's the only person here who has what looks to be a proper like tent. That he's stood up. Everyone else just seems to sleep under the stars.
Oh, hey, yeah, you ready to do a little perusing? What's it gonna be?
Yeah. What you got in the shop?
Oh, glad you asked.
He opens up his cart, and you see just a slew of stuff. You see bottles full of liquid. You see jewelry, you see a set of bagpipes, you see leather bags that you don't know what they could be filled with, some very fine tapestries that look very like Eladrin maybe. So he looks like he's just a collector, kind of a hoarder. His whole cart's full of crap. I mean, it's nice crap.
Nice.
But it's crap.
Oh, cool. And this reminds me of some of the stuff that we'd have on the island when we were throwing some parties on the booze cruises. Ah, good times.
Yeah, maybe I can interest you in a new dress. I've got a nice elven weave here. Oh man, with the turquoise shade. Let's see. Oh, this red would go very well. Yeah.
He's like holding it up to you, and then he's putting it back in the cart.
Oh, thank you. But I actually have no need. And Flowerkraut, with like a flourish, kind of like she uses her disguise self, basically change her outfit into something a little bit flashier. It's got kind of like gold threaded vines kind of going up. Little cape. She likes her flowy pants. It keeps things easy for moving around. But yeah, everything kind of is embroidered with some like golden vines.
Wow, oh, that's a trick. All right.
Thank you. I was actually wondering, do you sell any of those masks? I don't know if it's like insulting for someone outside of the Cavalcade to wear one, but I love them. Like, do you have any of those masks on hand that like everyone's wearing?
He stares at you, kind of looks almost past you for a second, and then he goes,
"Yeah, I got potions. I got some jewelry. I got. Oh, you know what? These are really useful." And
he opens up a bag. He puts his entire arm into the bag, and his arm disappears, and it comes back out. And he goes,
"Wow! Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, you can hold anything you want in here. It's It's a bag of, what do they call it? Holding, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool.
Is Thrig anywhere near that?
Thrig's like maybe walking on the outskirts of the camp, just not too far.
Can I roll an insight check to see if like I understand how rare something like that is?
Yeah, you sure can. It's going to be a disadvantage, however, because Flowerkraut and Tuffet are talking in Sylvan right now.
Sure. So first roll is on that is a nat 1.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
Fred, where's your dice, Ben?
And the second roll on that is a 9. So I don't know. Like I see it, and I'm just like magic, and I just keep walking, and on the next break, I'm gonna go find physical dice.
Awesome. Yeah. So it seems like maybe he didn't hear you or something weird because you're the only two people standing here.
I have a question for you, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Are pigs like something that's on Archipeldia?
Yes.
Like these animals that they're wearing masks of, like koala, for example. That's kind of a wild one. But yeah, like pigs, koala, woodpecker. Would I recognize all of these animals?
Absolutely. And the flora and fauna of Archipeldia is very dynamic, very wide. So all these animals could exist 100% on Archipeldia.
Okay, got it. And then should I do a history check or something to think if these animals would live in the Feywild?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a nature check.
A nature check, cool. Okay, sweet. Oh my gosh, I'm rolling the 20s tonight. This is a dirty 20, 16 plus 4.
Heck yes.
You're sapping them from
Yeah,
Ben.
sorry, Ben.
No, please don't apologize for being good.
The reverse happened last session. Everyone had the good dice, and I had the crap ones.
So that is what strikes you as very strange, Flowerkraut. You realize that the animal masks that they're wearing are animals that would not exist on the Feywild.
Flowerkraut's getting nervous tummy. Okay, she's just taking notice of his like pig mask.
And, you think about it, like some of these animals might exist in a much more exaggerated form.
Sure.
But they definitely, the way that the mask portrays them is that they are just the simple version of these animals,
Something that would be more in Archipeldia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got magic beans. I got boots to make you run fast. I got tea. You like tea? It's they say this tea helps soothe your throat and then makes you able to understand our language.
Oh, wow.
I mean, no problem there, right? We're having a conversation.
Yeah, but it's still good tea, right? Yeah, I mean...
Oh, yeah.
How about, you got gold, right? Gold, Archipeldia, material plane, they got the material, they got the shiny. I'll trade in that.
The shiny.
I smell someone mentioning gold.
We have a little bit of gold. I think we're kind of interested in that bag of holding.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. How much is that bad boy?
Oh, yeah. I don't really. Let's see. Kind of more of a barter kind of guy. We just you say you got this and I got this and what can you offer?
Timothy has a lot of crap in his inventory.
Oh my gosh, he really does. Yeah, Flowerkraut's like, all on hand? Okay, let's see here. She pulls out her toothbrush that is just a bone. She pulls out... she yeeted her quarterstaff that she never uses. Yeah, never mind. She doesn't have that anymore. She's like, damn it, I could have used that to trade. Let's see. She's got some old lady ointment. Flowerkraut doesn't have anything great. Oh man, I don't think she knows how much gold Timothy has left.
You don't know how much gold I have, but I'm fairly confident you know that I have like some elven stuff. I've got like the necklace, I've got drapes, I've got the jewelry box. I think you were there for some of that.
Oh my gosh, yes, I totally forgot. Yeah, so Flowerkraut did catch all of that, right? Last episode.
Oh, yeah, you saw him.
You saw me at least grab the jewelry box. I don't know about all the other stuff, but you definitely saw me open the jewelry box that had the, I think it was the white ghosts orchids, the white ghost seed.
Oh yeah, the orchid. Yeah,
Thrig saw that as well. Like, I don't know if he comprehended it, but we saw it. We were there when you opened it all up, which is why I said let's go back to the place that Timothy stole all the stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, cool.
Damn thief.
Flowerkraut's like, would you give me a moment? One of my friends, he's got the good stuff. Look what I got. I've got this.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Be right back.
I'll be here.
Flowerkraut scurries up to Timothy, like, hey, sorry to bother you. You have a moment?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, all right. Let me just finish up this set and, okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. 5-minute break. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll have him right back.
Thrig golf claps.
Woo! Yeah! All right! I could use a break myself.
So Thrig kind of sidles up next to you, Flowerkraut.
Oh yeah, in fact, Flowerkraut was gonna go up to Thrig and be like, "Hey, I'm doing a little shopping. Some interesting stuff. Want to take a peek?"
I'm sorry. What are you
A
doing?
little shop.
Hold on. No, shopping.
Shopping.
We're shopping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thrig kind of partially opens up a pouch so you can see it on his hip, and you see quite a bit of gold in his. Yeah.
Ow. Timothy, I noticed.
What?
Okay, Timothy, I will tell you, he's selling a lot of.
Is there some sort of check I can make to make sure Flowerkraut sees it, but Timothy does not?
Sleight of hand.
Wow.
All right, cool. All right, let's do it. Let's.
I do a perception check against his sleight of hand?
Because he knows he's missing out.
It would be Timothy's passive perception against his sleight of hand.
I am so excited to roll another one. I cannot wait for this moment.
Oh my gosh.
I rolled a 16.
A 16.
I rolled a 16. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm a 13.
I rolled a 20 plus 2 on my perception.
Screw off, Bird. But I'm showing it to you.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm showing it to you. I'm not showing it to the...
What are we looking at? Are we shopping? What's going on here? Come
I
on.
thought it would be really funny if Flowerkraut rolled like a 1, so she kind of like it misses it, but Timothy sees. But no, she rolled a 20.
I love that idea.
Okay, so you see that Thrig's got money.
I'm like, so Timothy and Thrig, I mean, that guy is selling a lot of crap, I'll be honest, but he did have something that I thought would be very useful, at least for you, Timothy, because you are holding a lot.
Yes, precisely 63 pounds and 56 ounces.
Wow.
I'm very good at knowing that.
That was impressive.
Yeah, it's quite heavy. I'm always tired.
Tuffet over there, he has a bag of holding. If we want to, like,
Don't all bags hold?
it's magic.
Ooh, a magic bag.
Yeah, it's like you can kind of hold unlimited items.
I mean, all of them?
What?
All the items?
What?
Yeah. I think we want that, right?
Thrig want all the items.
Yes.
If we have anything to trade, let's make a deal.
Timothy is vibrating right now.
All right, yeah, let's go talk to him then. I do not have anything to pool. I'm so sorry. I am poor.
While we're walking, I take a kind of like a glance at the crowd, and then I look back at Flowerkraut, knowing that we kind of had a mental like conversation about just being on alert, and I just kind of like look at her and softly say, "Did you find anything?"
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. Did you notice the types of animals that are on their masks, by the way?
You know, now that you mention it,
None of them are from the Feywild.
they are rather material plane.
As I'm walking with them and I hear them having this conversation together, Aaron, and I'm looking around. Can I make some sort of check? Because Thrig is all base emotion and feeling. To see, now that we've been with them for a little bit, is this still a place that can be trusted?
Like, you want to just get the vibe of what's going on here?
I wanna do a vibe check. Yes, Thrig wants to check the vibe.
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
The law of averages mean that you have to roll well at some point.
It's a 9.
And it's not now.
It's not right now, though, but like eventually it'll happen.
If you just play the game, eventually it will turn in your favor. That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
I will go to say that with a 9, Thrig does not feel like anything has changed.
But what if I rolled again?
Flowerkraut's letting Timothy know, like, tried asking Tuffet about the masks, and the same thing happened. When I mentioned the mask, he didn't respond at all.
This wouldn't be the first time we have seen some sort of manipulation.
And I kind of look at Thrig, and obviously he's with us. He's not wearing a mask, so I'm like, Thrig, I know you're already kind of keeping an eye out, but keep your guard up. There's something strange going on here.
Yeah, so Thrig, who totally picked Sharp back up from the ground when he buried it in, but attached it to his back again, kind of halfway unloosens the axe, so it'll come out really quick if necessary.
Oh, you're back, and you've got something to offer, I take it.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are we talking about here? I'm pretty good at getting a good feel for, like, balanced transaction.
Aha!
Tuffet, you sound like my kind of guy. And I, like, throw my feather arm over him, and I'm like, what kind of things do you have in this resplendent merchant's tent? Like, I tried to think of a better word for tent, but he's just like, tent. Domicile. There we go.
I see you're a musician, so I thought maybe you'd like these.
Then he picks up a pair of bagpipes.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. I could use some additions to my repertoire. Oh, but how would I carry such a thing? My pack is so full.
I got just the thing for ya. Yeah, hey, I was just talking to Flowerkraut about this bag of putting stuff in it. Yeah.
He can always use another bag, you know?
It's real handy. It holds a lot.
Yes, I see. Interesting. Oh, but I don't know. I would have to think about it. He's basically trying to...
Yeah.
Without having distort value as a spell, he's trying to distort
haggle it
value.
down. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Flowerkraut's picking up what Timothy's throwing down. She's like, you didn't, it's not as cool as I told you, Timothy? You're not into it?
I mean, it's all right, but do we really need it? I don't know.
I mean, I guess you do have that one at home. I mean, we can always go pick it up later.
Yeah, but home is so far away. Let's see. And I pull out one of the silver goblets, and Timothy's just like, could it hold something like this? And he holds it to see his reaction.
Yes. It would absolutely hold that and more. You do have more, right?
There's so much stuff in here. Hold on, let me look. And he, like, purposefully makes it sound like he's digging through an awful lot.
Okay.
What else do you have besides just the bag of holding, good sir?
Oh yeah, I got a potion here that makes you healthy. I got a potion here that makes you unhealthy. I got a bag of magical beans. Careful with those. All kinds of weird stuff with those. I got this ring that makes you invisible. I got
a ring of invisibility. I've seen those before.
Can you try it on for us? I'd like to see it in action.
Yeah, it's these things, you gotta like center yourself and become one with it.
Yes, I've heard of these poor items that can only attune to one person. It's so funny.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be so rude as to attune to a item I might sell to someone else, so I can't really demo it right now. It would take some time. And hey, time's money, am I right?
Thrig gets really bored and he takes out 25 gold and just kind of slams it in front of them and says, like, can we have it?
What? Oh, wow, that's shiny.
Yeah, that's really shiny.
Both Tuffet and Timothy's eyes are just growing huge.
So Thrig has his hand like on like whatever like table or whatever thing like in front of it with the gold in front of it, but he's got his right leg where he's pushing Timothy kind of away at the same time.
Stop
and
it! Stop! No, let me close it.
And his left hand is reaching around his back and he's handing Timothy 2 gold. Like, pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. You're fine. And then like Daddy's negotiating and
Flowerkraut's face palming right now.
What exactly did you want for this?
I would like the ring of Nosy.
Oh, yeah, sure. Here.
And he puts the ring down.
Oh yeah, Thrig takes that.
All right, so he starts scooping up like 25 gold. You said
25.
All right, he scoops it all up.
Does that ring fit you, Thrig?
It's a pinky ring.
Aaron, does that ring fit me, Thrig?
It does the cool thing where whatever finger you put it on, it changes its shape.
Sweet.
I pinch that ring in between my fingers. I reach around my back and I hand that ring to Timothy.
What? Why are you being so kind?
Thrig, tell you later.
Okay. Timothy's trying to put on a show in front of Tuffet, but he completely breaks it the moment he's not in eyesight. Yeah. And he's just like, he's still vibrating.
23, 24, 25 shiny pieces. Yeah.
Thrig puts his fingers on the bag of holding and says, what you want.
Oh, yeah.
Timothy slams down the gleaming silver goblet.
I want that. And if you got more of these, and he
holds up the gold coin.
Well, what else you got?
So Thrig drops 10 gold pieces into the goblet.
Okay.
Where does it keep coming from?
Well,
final offer.
Tuffet, come on, man. Listen, I didn't want to do this, but I can see you're a man of taste, and you obviously care about your domicile, but you know what it really needs? And I slide out the elven slick drapes, and I fling him over.
Oh, he gonna do it?
And I, like, do, like, a little show of it. I, like, do, like, a little, like, ribbon kind of dance, and then I fling it up onto the connection points of the tent to, like, make it look like it's supposed to be there. And I'm like, yes, that really sets the room, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But you know, it'd be so tough to go without it. I do love this color and the texture. It's so smooth.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Fudge. Yes, that's a 16. And persuasion, I get a +6.
Wow.
Nice.
So that's a 22.
Yeah, those drapes are perfect. Okay, yeah.
He just like swipes up the goblet full of coins.
Thrig swipes up the bag full of holding. The second he swipes up the goblet full of coins,
yeah.
If anything else is in there, he has clenched it in.
You reach into the bag and you feel a void of nothing.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thrig ties the bag of holding to his side. That is Thrig's.
Flowerkraut is wanting Thrig to test it out, so she's like, hey, that guy was a little bit shady, so maybe you should test to see if it works. So she hands Thrig a rock to put into the bag of holding to see if he'll drop it and then take it back out.
Oh, yeah. Thrig is excited. He, like, holds a rock, like, 5 feet above the bag for some stupid reason. It doesn't need to happen that way. And he just drops it in, and he just, like, sits there and listens for a noise. And, like, 30 seconds later, you hear a... And then he turns the bag over and waits for the rock to fall back out.
The rock does not fall back out.
Oh.
Try sticking your hand in there.
Thrig sticks his hand up in there, up to his shoulder.
Oh boy. Hopefully he didn't lose an arm.
So it looks like you're without an arm because you've got a bag instead of an arm. But you're looking for the rock,
And then pulls it back out.
okay?
No, I'm not looking for anything. He's not looking for anything. He wouldn't care about it. The rock didn't fall back out. He's not thinking about that.
Okay, so you reach your arm in there, and you're not thinking of grabbing anything. Then you find nothing.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. He's not trying to grab anything.
The rock, Thrig, the rock, is it in there? We need to see.
Okay, so Thrig puts his hand back in there, and he thinks about the rock.
Okay, you find the rock.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to give me a strength saving throw.
Oh God,
Oh no! Are these cursed items?
how does a nat 20 work? So a 27.
Oh my!
A 27 on strength.
It's not a cursed bag anymore.
Yeah.
You grab hold of the rock and you're like, do the normal, like, I'm going to just pull this rock out, but it resists you. And then Thrig, like, immediately goes from 0 to 75 with, oh, fuck you, rock, and pulls as hard as he possibly can. And you send the rock flying out of the bag, and it's gone. Like, you'll never see that rock ever again.
Team Rocket blasted off again.
Yeah.
So I threw it at that giant tree we saw in the Feywild from like the cliffs.
Yes.
Like we're gonna find it there later.
It's over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seemed like there was a little bit of resistance pulling something out of the bag.
Okay. So I mean, you just need to get a nat 20 to get things out. It's fine. No problem.
All right, well.
Timothy, you gonna come play some more over here?
Oh, yeah, sorry. 5-minute break's over, guys. I gotta go.
Okay, all right. You're doing great.
As you're like heading back over to Remington, you see that Roan has come out from, behind a tree where he was resting, and he's saying something to Remington. And then as you arrive, he kind of like glances at you, Timothy, and then just walks past you over to the tree again.
Whoa. It's weird energy coming off that guy.
Oh, yeah, well, he's right. Roan made it apparent that he's not on watch right now, and so playing our instruments nice and loud is probably not the best idea. So he suggested that we tone it down and let everyone get a little bit of rest. And
Remington, honestly, I needed this. It's been a while since we've had anything to celebrate. Do you feel that we are in danger where we are right now? Is that what Roan's trying to warn us about?
Timothy, we're always in danger here, all right? I'll be honest with you. Just but trust in the process. We will move before it becomes a problem. So why don't you and your friends get a little bit of shut-eye, and we'll talk in the morning.
Sure. Sure, Remington. That would be nice.
Everyone else has pretty much, gone to rest. And you guys are given, your little space off to the side to just hang out, get some sleep. I know Flowerkraut doesn't sleep anymore. And conveniently enough, neither does Nathaniel.
Oh, really?
Oh, why is that? Why could that be convenient, huh?
Wonder if some dialogue options are going to pop up.
It's nice to have someone who can stay awake and maybe have a little chat while everyone else sleeps.
That sounds nice.
Oh, how I miss sleeping.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had the chance to miss it yet. I just started this new lifestyle of never sleeping.
Oh, same. I just started this lifestyle too, and I already miss it.
Oh.
Maybe it's because I had to sit in that bush for so long.
Oh, yeah. No reprieve.
For someone to come by and get rid of that giant.
No way to pass the time.
Tell me about this Adristia you mentioned. And he just kind of goes into small talk with you as everyone else settles in.
Flowerkraut tells him all about her island that she used to have, and all the pranks she used to pull while living on Adristia, where she went between partying with any visitors that come on the island, or if she was feeling a little bit mischievous, or if she was not wanting anyone to be there, then she would do hauntings on the island to scare people away. And she talks about how it's nice to have Brandy back, because Brandy used to be part of her old traveling party, and ever since she lost like her previous abilities, she hadn't been able to summon her anymore, and now she can.
Nathaniel is enthralled. He finds awe in the stories you're telling him about how free you were to live on Adristia, to go adventuring. And he talks about how he's primarily worked as a kind of an administrative member of Astrozalian that would document the passers, what was allowed to go into the Feywild and what was allowed to come through to the material plane, and how life was rather dull, but it was a job that the elves could do in stride because they lived such long lives, and so it didn't seem to really strain on them. Yet he, in the back of his mind, had always found himself wanting to go do something more adventurous, something beyond what he was called to do there. He kind of talks a little bit about the necromancy, and that how he met someone who came through the verdant wellspring one time, and he talked to them about the magic that they cast, because they were traveling with these minions, essentially these creatures that they had raised themselves, and so it sparked his interest, and he started studying, and then here he is now, not really sure whether to call himself a successful necromancer or a failed one.
I think there's a little bit of both in each of us, right? A little bit of success, a little bit of failure. I've been called a hero a couple times. I certainly don't feel like it. Just before we got here, one of our very good friends that was traveling with us wound up getting trapped in the sword that Timothy's carrying.
Oh.
We've had just as many failures, if not more, than successes. It's actually kind of a miracle that we're alive. So there is something powerful in you trying.
Flowerkraut, you remind me that we can dream, but the reality is that things are not always perfect. I have thought about adventuring and leaving my post, but as you just said, there's danger, failure around the corner. But perhaps it wouldn't be an adventure without those things.
I agree completely. I thought I'd live the rest of my days just partying and drinking and chilling on the island. I thought my adventuring days were all behind me, and I was okay with that. But it looks like it's found both of us.
I would never have imagined that my adventure would start after my death.
Flowerkraut just smiles to herself. She this is kind of a sentiment she's had almost this entire journey, where she has said goodbye to her old self a long time ago, and to think that she has one of the biggest adventures she's ever been on at this stage in her life, there's a lot of feelings going through her, and she connects with Nathaniel on that. She hasn't had a literal death, but she feels what he's feeling.
So Thrig, who's completely asleep, kind of half stirs and says, Thrig think you only fail if you no learn. Thrig fail all the time. Just try to fail better next time. And goes right back to sleep.
Have you noticed he's shockingly poignant?
There's wisdom behind those eyes. Those beady eyes.
Flowerkraut is just petting Brandy, who's sleeping next to her, Can she, like, make potions while she's chatting?
Yeah,
Like, a potion while she's chatting?
absolutely.
All right. So she's working on that while they're talking.
What potion do you make?
Okay, let's see. I have two options. I got some of the paralyzing toxin from one of those creatures, and then I could do a health potion. I think I've used the last one I made. You know what? Just for funsies, I'm going to do the paralyzing toxin potion.
Awesome. Okay, so the way that will work is if the toxin is added to a weapon or if it's ingested, it will take effect.
Cool. So she'll probably wind up giving that to Timothy in the morning.
Okay. We can come up with a more specific poison that it is, but that's basically the crux of how it'll work.
So some Ettercap arrows.
Yeah.
Hey, Thrig, are you sleeping?
Me, Thrig.
I know we haven't been able to really talk about this, but I am really sorry for what happened about your brothers.
Thrig sad. But brothers be sad if Thrig stop trying to do what's right. So, Thrig, move forward and do what's right. And then maybe Thrig fill that with the area of his heart which is sad. And it will all be better. Thrig, thank you. And he reaches out and pats you kind of on the side, close enough. And then he rolls over and says, get rest. Tomorrow probably be big.
I'm really happy we got to become friends, Thrig. Good night.
Thrig need friend. Thank you.
Brandy, at some point in the night, gets up out of Flowerkraut's lap and goes over and curls up to Thrig because he had given her a brain, and they beat a monster together.
Yay.
So they're friends.
Is Brandy like my cats to where she like just wraps up between my legs somehow, like underneath, and then becomes the weight of a dying star and won't move no matter what you do?
Brandy curls into like a tight little cinnamon roll, and she finds the most annoying place to be wet on you.
Yep. All right. That actually makes Thrig really happy.
Flowerkraut, I have added to your inventory the poison. It is called Crawler Mucus.
Ooh, thank you.
Yep, you can look up the readout on it.
Flowerkraut at some point braided Nathaniel's hair.
Some of it falls out. You know, I can't grow that back.
So sorry.
It's okay.
I'll give you some of mine.
You'll be wearing a Flowerkraut wig. All right, so you guys sleep. And it's very strange to sleep here because the sun never went down. It's been light outside, but Remington actually kind of wakes you up, Timothy. Hey, Timothy.
Hey. What's going on, Remington?
Wait, I've got a great opportunity. I wanted to show you something.
Yeah, just give me a second. And Timothy like takes the bag that he covered his head with to get some sleep. And he just kind of like tries to be quiet so he doesn't wake up Thrig, and he just slowly gets his stuff together.
Oh, hey, Flowerkraut, you're already awake, so
Hey.
why don't you come with?
Okay, sure.
Does Thrig he's a big sleeper, I'm assuming, right? Should we just leave him be?
I'm not sure, Remington. Do you need someone that has some big muscles? Because Timothy and I do not have that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Do you need a zombie? We can get Nathaniel.
I'm still awake too.
He's not awake, but at the word muscles, you see Thrig flexing in his sleep. Abs are appearing and disappearing. It's quite a feat.
We don't have to be overcrowding on this. I think you'll be just fine if the two of you come. So let's go.
Okay.
Flowerkraut gives Timothy a look. Just because they've been having kind of this, like, little tense side conversation every now and then. And She hands him the potion that she made last night, or the crawler mucus. Here, made this for you.
Whoa. Thank you. What is it? Kind of looks like something we had to deal with yesterday, if I'm being honest.
Yep, you thought you'd be right about that. Yeah, remember what I collected yesterday?
Oh, you turned it into a concoction?
Yeah. Yeah, can I pass this to Timothy somehow?
Yeah, I mean, are you trying to do it without Remington noticing?
Yeah.
Okay, sleight of hand.
I have +0 to that. Oh my god, okay, 18.
All right. Remington has no idea.
We hide it in a secret handshake like we're best friends.
Morning, friend.
Morning.
So Remington takes the two of you not too very far away from where the cavalcade is parked, but just a little bit further until you find like a rocky cropping that climbs a little bit up into the trees. Trees here are enormous. Like, they are very tall. It's hard to see the actual canopy from where you guys have been.
Oh my goodness. It just keeps going.
You crawl up to the top of this rocky, like, outcropping, and you see Remington's kind of peering through the trees, and he goes, all right, so, Timothy, you were asking about danger.
Yeah?
Well, if you look just past those trees, way out there, and if you look cresting over just the tops over there, you might need to squint your eyes a little bit. Roll perception.
See, old squinty eyes. Wow, 20.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not too far behind you. I got a 15. Is that your third or fourth dirty 20 tonight?
It's like third.
It's my fourth. Yeah, I think it's my third. It's my third dirty, and then I had at least one other nat 20. I might have had a second.
It is Flowerkraut's big night.
Yeah.
It really is.
I think the lowest I rolled all night is an 18, which is insane.
That's nuts. You guys do see something as you stare off into the distance. A green winged creature flying above the trees, swooping in and out.
Remington, what is that?
It almost blends into the tree line. I can barely make it out.
Yeah. That is, well, they call that the Jabberwock.
Oh.
Now, I don't know where they came up with such a name. If you ask me, I would have called it like the Green Nightmare, okay? But here's the thing. I think y'all know about these dark fae that came out of the little hidey hole here in the Feywild, and they laid waste to most everything here. You know, you've seen the great tree, right? There's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we've only seen from afar, so if you can tell us anything about it.
I honestly have been a little apprehensive about getting close to it ever since it got all misty and dark. But this is why we're on the move, friends. It's the Jabberwock out there. Ever since that dark fae emerged, that creature, it's been hunting, guarding something, killing anything it can get its claws on.
This would not be the first time the hags have employed a creature to do their bidding.
We haven't had much luck staying in one place for too long. And it's only a matter of time before it's going to make its way over here. You know, it's a lot closer than it was a moment ago. You guys look out in the distance and you see this creature flying around, but it seems to be flying towards you now. Okay. Well, I'm just going to shut my mouth and we're gonna move real slow.
Yeah.
Okay. And wait, why is it moving? It doesn't. This is not like it.
Do you think it can detect us from that far away?
He looks at the two of you And he just goes, oh no. And he like pushes you guys down like the rock face, like you guys are skidding down, like you're not rolling, but he's like getting you to go faster.
Yeah. Okay.
We gotta go. We gotta get back. We gotta warn everybody. Listen up. And he's, as you guys are running, he's saying this. All right. Her name, you need to remember this. Her name is Minerva. It's the shimmering tree. All right? The shiniest tree you've ever seen in your life. Minerva. That's
Minerva.
Yeah.
all right. Run. And he just like bounds ahead of you guys.
Okay.
The
So,
hell?
obviously this isn't something that's supposed to be happening, because
Yeah.
otherwise we wouldn't be running.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys run back to the Veiled Cavalcade. Everyone's getting up. Everyone's, not a whole lot are still sleeping. Maybe Thrig's still sleeping. But just as you arrive there, you hear this screech from the sky. And everyone freezes and looks up, and you hear Remington go, Scatter right now! And everyone starts taking off into the woods in different directions.
No. We gotta do something.
Let's get Thrig now.
Thrig!
Thrig!
Meet Thrig. Huh?
Get sharp out, buddy. We're gonna need it.
Thrig kind of stands up, just kind of wiping the sleep away from his eyes, and so sharp's good. Why need sharp?
All right, we're gonna hide, but if we get found, we're gonna need sharp.
They're just standing in the open, like no idea what's happening.
You
Holding an axe, wiping sleep out of his eyes.
A shadow blocks any light hitting you, and you hear the crunch of trees falling as a creature from the sky, green-winged creature in the shape of a dragon, maybe? It's hard to tell because it's against the light. Lands on all fours and begins to move closer towards where the cavalcade's camp is.
If it hasn't spotted us yet, can Flowerkraut put a little minor illusion above us that just looks like, a little bush or treetop kind of thing?
Yeah.
I think as you do that, I combo with you and just fill out the empty space with more surrounding scenery.
Okay.
Flowerkraut does not want to attack without, unless she has to, because we have no idea how powerful this thing is, but obviously it's been plaguing the cavalcade.
So, what is Thrig doing?
So Thrig sees this giant thing landing, yeah?
Yeah, and when I say giant, it is giant. It is enormous. It is much, much bigger than the giant that you fought before.
Are we talking macadam size? Are we talking Fracken size?
Bigger than Macadam. Macadam was actually a smaller dragon, even though he was older.
Oh, God.
This thing is the size of like an elder dragon.
Flowerkraut's telling Thrig, just wait.
Oh, my God.
Wait for now.
What are we gonna do? How can we even... There's no way.
As it's approaching the cavalcade, you notice that it is primarily...
Okay, it's smelling us out.
What's different about us? We're not Fey.
You notice that as you guys are hiding, Nathaniel is still kind of like standing in the circle. Is that where Thrig is too?
Yeah. He stood up from an absolute sleep, axe in hand, and is just waking up, looking at the naked mole rat dragon.
Turn around and walk into the woods.
Nathaniel.
As he says that and commands himself to turn around and walk in the woods, the creature perks up, looks over there.
Nathaniel, get back here.
Nathaniel's walking off into the woods and not at a very fast pace.
He can't stop without telling himself to stop.
The creature moves into the cavalcade. No. Thrig, you're standing there.
I am.
It sniff. It's sniffing, getting closer to you. It appears to be blind.
This illusion's not gonna work.
Okay.
Do I understand that?
Yes, you would be smart enough to realize that it could see you if it was just because it's right in front of you.
Okay, so can I kind of reach a hand up to everybody to signal a stop?
Who are you signaling to?
Everybody, like anybody who can see me. Like I would just raise my hand, stop motion, don't move. I don't think I can signal Nathaniel at this point because he's turned around and walked away, right? But
he has walked away, yeah.
Yeah, he's not even looking at me, but anybody who can see me in my view, because I am assuming at this point I am like the phalanx of this group. I am in the front.
You are in front of where Timothy and Flowerkraut are hiding under their illusion bush.
Well, we covered him. Like, we ran over to him to cover basically as much area that we could in this illusion.
Okay.
So I am signaling everyone, do not move.
To everyone else that was part of the failed cavalcade, anybody that, Remington, anyone else, they are gone. They have fled. So you do not see or can signal to them. And it gets closer to you, and then a twig snaps under the foot of Nathaniel, and it looks over, and it bounds over to where he is as he's just walking, and you hear a claw, and then you just hear thump, 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 thump. And then it starts to slink back to where you are as it's beginning to sniff again. And it's getting closer and closer and closer to you.
Flowerkraut, we need to make a sound, the loudest sound we possibly can, going in any other direction than us, and then we have to move.
Okay. Flowerkraut has thaumaturgy, so she is going to make an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of my choice. So okay. Can I determine a point where I didn't see, like, the others wander off to? Kind of want to just, like, not lead it to the others in the cavalcade, basically.
It's kind of tough because everyone went in all directions. So someone's going to be in that direction, whichever one you end up picking.
Okay.
I also have dissident whispers, and that forces the target, if it fails, I believe, a wisdom saving throw, it forces the target to use its reaction to move as far away from us as it possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to have Flowerkraut. Let's see. I think I'll have the sound come from back where we came. Like, so kind of like towards the little cliff that we slid down.
Okay.
And I am just going to basically have it be like screaming sounds.
Like a large, high-pitched, kind of look at me type of screech?
Or I'm going to do kind of like terrified screeches, basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. All right, you cast that. It is literally about to, like, reach Thrig at this point. Like, it's about to move its face, like, through the brush, the illusionary brush that's sitting there, when you set off the thaumaturgy, and it perks its head way up, and it looks over there.
So the second it perks its head way up, you see Thrig make a tiny gesture with his hand, and the exact same noise happens again in the same spot, and he looks over at Flowerkraut and gives her a wink. Because I use thaumaturgy as well.
Oh.
It bounds over there very quickly.
Flowerkraut wants to run in the direction that Nathaniel went.
Okay. You guys give me stealth checks.
Aaron, I'm not moving. Do you want me to do a stealth check as well?
If you're not moving, then that's fine. You don't have to do a stealth check because...
Nope, I am not going to move. I'm going to be a stone.
Okay.
Flowerkraut is going to kind of like quickly and quietly move over to where Nathaniel was.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Okay. All right, 17.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Killing it. Are you going with her, Timothy?
I worry that the more of us are grouped together, the worse our chances are at being sniffed out. So if she's going to go check on Nathaniel, I think I'm going to stay with Thrig. So there's 2 of us in one spot and 2 of us in another.
Okay.
How long has it been since Flowerkraut and I have cast some sounds?
Oh, it's probably been maybe 15 seconds.
So not a full turn yet. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's been a full turn.
Oh yeah, you said 15 seconds. So how far away from the place that Kraut and I cast sounds, like down that kind of hill, that slope, how far away is that?
From where you are to the slope, you said?
Yeah, because thaumaturgy is 30 feet away.
Okay.
You have a 30-foot range for thaumaturgy. I think... Yes. Okay, I'm right. Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay, so you just casted... Like, you did the full range thaumaturgy, right? So...
Yeah, I would assume we both would, as far as away as possible.
Okay. Well, what you were asking about the distance?
Mm-hmm. I just want to know, like, how far away it is now going from us.
It moved the full 30. It is investigating the area where the thaumaturgy came from.
Okay.
So it's only 30 feet from you guys. It seems to have very pristine hearing. It knows exactly where the spell was cast at, and it's busy looking for the source, but you assume it's probably going to come right back. Flowerkraut, you run over there and you find Nathaniel in 3 pieces, but he goes, I feel fine.
Flowerkraut looks relieved, and she kind of has tears in her eyes, and she's like, "You dumbass." And she's gonna be pulling him into a bush.
In almost that same area, kind of originally from there, I again want to use thaumaturgy to create... I'm going to pull on everything I know as my kind of like my storm giant upbringing, and I want to roll thunder across the area, kind of masking all sound in the area.
So you want it like echoing all over the place?
Absolutely. I want this to be the biggest thunder strike that I can absolutely muster to just kind of cover everything so they cannot be heard talking, moving, getting dragged into a bush, anything.
Okay, so you do that. It seems that you have kept it busy a little bit longer, but it also doesn't seem very interested in a thunderous noise. It seemed very tuned in on like a scream. And you get Nathaniel pulled into a bush.
Flowerkraut's gonna look through her pack really quick to see if she has, I don't know, anything that can make them smell a little bit fey, and she's wondering if she has any leftover of the Baba Yaga junk, since it smells like her.
Yeah, you've got Guck in the mortar and pestle still. I mean, well, like, that actually used that for the poison, so you probably still have the animal skin that was, wrapped up, that had the cabbage and whatnot. You probably still have a little bit of stuff in there. Are you going to smear it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We'll see how that goes. Maybe it has a taste for Yaga, though.
The Jabberwock circles around, and as it begins to turn back towards your direction, it's not near you yet. It turns back towards you, and you see in the clearing, on the other side of the clearing from where you are, Thrig, and Timothy, you're standing there too. You see Roan step out.
What is he doing?
And he looks at you and goes, in Elvish, because he knows you'll understand it, Thrig. He says, "It picks a quarry, and it won't let go. Listen to what Remington said. I'll keep it distracted." And he shoots an arrow at it. He shoots an arrow. It contacts, but the Jabberwock doesn't know where it came from. And that's when Roan takes his mask off. And the second he takes his mask off, you see the Jabberwock target in. and looks at him with its blind eyes. And you see Roan turn, takes off into the forest, and the Jabberwock goes after it. And that's where we will end our episode.
Wins with you, BB Army. This is Chad, aka the voice of Timothy Biscuit, wanting to thank you for joining us on today's episode of Break, Battle, and Roll. We hope you're enjoying our adventure as much as we are in creating it. If you're looking for more ways to connect with Break, Battle, and Roll, you can follow our Instagram and Twitter, both at Break, Battle, Roll, or you can stop by and give us a like on our Break, Battle, and Roll Facebook page. Additionally, you can check out our website at www.breakbattleroll.com. It's there you can also find a link to our Discord server where you can chat or game with us and other members of the BB Army. You can find that invite link on the top banner of that page. And if you want to follow the cast on social media, you can find me on my Instagram and Twitter, both at It's Chit Chad, that's at ITSCHITCHAD, as well as my YouTube channels, Chit Chad Show and Chit Chad Plays. You can follow Janelle, aka Flowerkraut, on her Instagram at Janelle.Wilke. That's at JANELLE.WILKE. Dustin, aka Sherman Gepherd, aka the goodest boy, can be found on his Instagram at the_final_destination. That's DUSTINATION. Ben, aka me Thrig, aka one of our musical composers, can be found on his Instagram at slam_handwich. That's HANDWICH. You can also find his other musical works under Ben Holland on his Spotify artist page. Finally, you can find Aaron, aka the Game Master, aka the barkeep of the story arc, on his Instagram at Arkuma. That's at AARKUMA. Additionally, this podcast would never operate the same without our amazing supporting crew, and we would love to give them a shout out. Starting with Rory O'Neill for being our other musical composer and providing many of our custom musical accompaniments. My amazing, wonderful wife, Allie Stafford, for managing our social media platforms. And Laura Rollins for providing additional audio editing support. And now that you're part of the BB Army, please help spread the word. If you got a friend that's into Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop RPGs or just narrative podcasts, please send them our way. We would really appreciate it. Also, if you or your friends are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a review. It's one of the best ways you can support this show. We would love to hear what you think. And once again, we just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for listening to our show. We genuinely appreciate it. But now it is time for me to go. I think I hear a certain Kenku bard getting ready to play his next set, so I better get myself a drink and find a seat. Winds be with you, travelers, until our next adventure.